Yeah, I know, 2 videos in a day. Wow. Well, as I was uploading that video and, just checking on Twitter to see if anything else had come out, I found another Google document about someone who literally just came out with more further allegations uh just an hour ago as I was recording that video or while I was recording that video. So I wanted to quickly get up and give a update. So I highly recommend checking out my previous video. It was literally just like 10 minutes ago. So please go watch that, as I'm not going to give like a proper massive rundown in this video for obvious reasons. But basically, a YouTuber known as ImAllexx, a British commentary channel, have been accused of some pretty horrible things, to put it bluntly. And today we're going to be looking at the Google Doc that has just been released from another YouTuber and his other previous girlfriend. So here we are going to read. My experience with ImAllexx. Though we never confirmed it to the public, because I personally like to keep my relationships private, I dated Alex from June 2017 till March 2018. It was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I was lucky to get out of it when I did. When we were dating, though he was back from England and I lived in America, we were pretty never much apart from longer than a week. We stayed in Europe for a couple of months, then went to America for 6 months. He couldn't stay 6 months straight due to visa implications, so he stayed 3 months, flew back to England for a few days, then came back to America for another 3 months. After this 6 months was over and he couldn't come to America again for a while due to visa requirements, we spent some time away from each other. And during that time, with help from my friends, I came to the realization that I was in the worst and most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I had to get out. It started out great, as they always do, the honeymoon phase, as they call it. But as time went on, things just got worse and worse. I was fortunate to get out when I did, but reading all the new information that came out, he's clearly gotten worse. During the relationship, he made me feel insane, like I wasn't myself anymore. It never felt like he listened to me. I always felt belittled and inferior. Whenever we recorded videos together, sorry about that. Where was I? He would constantly talk over me and never let me have my moment. Most of the time, when I had problems, he always somehow made it about himself or talked about his own issues. He would get stressed over his YouTube channel constantly and complain about uploading, as if it was the hardest job in the world and no one had it harder than him. His classic line was, "I can't catch a effing break." If we ever had a disagreement, he would also sometimes allude to the possibility of doing something to himself or the minor conflicts as a threat, so I couldn't continue with the conversation. It was nearly impossible to give him any kind of criticism because it was like adding to a pile of minor issues that he had already blown far out of proportion in his head. Another thing he did was spin his own narrative and twist words. He didn't just do this in the relationship, but he did it in his work and with his friends, which he has a history of doing so. It was the main reason why many people stopped talking to him, because we started to realise that when there was even the smallest amount of drama and he heard about it, he would make sure to involve himself, even if the subject had absolutely nothing to do with him, and it would just make everything so much worse. For example, the Slaswich situation, which, by the way, before we continue, I have covered on my other video. Though it was never said in the original statement by Shay, he somehow came to the conclusion that it was our word, and everyone else got to blame for saying his words. Somehow the situation went from being guilty of being a bad boyfriend to all of a sudden he's a R word. This was the final nail in the coffin. I cut all contact with him after that. During our relationship, I bought him and I matching Annie bracelets for Valentine's Day because I was like, "Ooh, neat, a company with both our names." You can see him pressing the heart on the bracelet in his lip to his lips in his Back to Nothing video, which has since been taken down from his channel. And that link there, I have looked at it. Basically, is a video of what she's about to do here. So we're not going to watch that video, even though we could. It's very long. I just think it's a bit unnecessary for us to watch it. But I do recommend going to watch it on your own time. I would start at 4. I'll also attach the video here. in case the link gets removed. The video was released as a response to me breaking up with him. He uploaded this video after I stopped talking to him as a way of trying to guilt me into replying to him. He did to me what he's done in a relationship with Alice, where he would fly off the handle and get mad, to then act all apologetic and sad to try to get me to feel sorry for him and forgive everything he had said and done. Lastly, the only time he ever laid a finger on me was when he grabbed me when I was trying to run away from a conflict. We were trying to record a YouTube video together, and he was getting frustrated at having to restart the recording multiple times. He started shouting and beating his fist on the desk or on the table, even going as far as to break his microphone. I was scared, so I got up to leave the room, which is when he grabbed my arm and to physically stop me. I remember saying, "You grabbed my arm," several times in shock, as if to say, who the F would ever grab someone like that? Once again, I was fortunate that this was the only time something like this ever happened. I got out before it got even worse, as it clearly has with the new information that's come out, which is the allegations. It saddens me that it's all come this far. I wish Alice the best privately, and it breaks my heart to have seen all the things she has gone through. I hope Alice's and my story shows what he was really like behind the scenes. If you're in a abusive relationship, please get out now. You can't fix them. Now, obviously, there was a link to another video about, the deleted video where it does seem he's trying to guilt trip. I've watched it a few times just to make sure I was getting that vibe with the information we know from behind the scenes now from his previous girlfriend. And I'll be honest, I agree. I think it is very, very manipulative of him to do what he did with that video. And if it speaks a lot of volumes, it was deleted as well. So that's all the information we have left to share on this occurrence of this person. I hope there is no more victims. I wish there was no victims in this case because it affects multiple people. I feel sorry for both victims in this case. And ImAllexx, I hope his channel gets terminated if all these allegations are, in fact, the truth. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully there'll be no more. Thing is, 2 videos out today. Wow. And yeah, see you guys in a bit.